Already thought about how this could go wrong. Before the trip, you've imagined the delay, the argument, the thing that falls apart on day 3. Before the conversation, you've rehearsed what you'll say if it goes badly, and what you'll do after. You check things twice. You have backup plans for your backup plans. And when people say, "Don't worry, it'll be fine," something in you doesn't quite believe them. Not because you're pessimistic, but because you know, from somewhere deep, that things are not always fine. From the outside, this looks like anxiety or overthinking, but it's something far more specific. It's a nervous system doing exactly what it was trained to do. And the question isn't why you do this. The question is, what was it protecting you from? You are not a catastrophist. You are not someone who enjoys suffering or invents problems to worry about. What you are is someone whose brain learned at some point that surprise was dangerous, that being caught off guard cost something. And so it built a system, a scanner, always running, always watching the horizon, not to ruin your peace, to preserve it. This makes sense. It made sense then. It still makes sense to the part of your brain that remembers why it started. For many people who live in worst-case thinking, the origin is an environment that didn't offer much consistency. Maybe things at home changed without warning, a parent's mood, plans that fell apart. When you can't predict the adults around you, when calm and chaos arrive in the same day, your nervous system makes a decision. It decides that waiting for things to be okay is too expensive, that it's safer to anticipate, to pre-feel the bad thing, to already be standing on the other side of it before it arrives. Psychologists call this hypervigilance, a state where the threat detection system stays permanently online, not because you're broken, but because it once had a lot to track. In unpredictable environments, scanning for danger isn't a disorder, it's intelligence. Your brain was doing exactly what a brain is supposed to do, keeping you one step ahead of what might hurt you. There's also something quieter underneath this pattern that doesn't always get named. Imagining the worst is, in a strange way, a form of control. If you've already felt it, already walked through the loss, the failure, the rejection in your mind, then it can't fully ambush you. You've been there. You've survived it, at least in your thoughts. And that practice run gives the nervous system something it craves, a sense that you will not be destroyed by what comes next. This is why worst-case thinking rarely feels like fear from the inside. It feels like preparation, like being responsible, like being the person in the room who's actually paying attention. And this is where it gets interesting. The very thing that feels like worry is actually functioning as comfort. The mind running through disaster scenarios isn't trying to scare you, it's trying to settle you. It's saying, "I've checked all the exits. I know where the doors are. We can breathe now." It's a blanket made of worst-case outcomes. Strange, but real. This pattern also shifts across your life in ways worth sitting with. As a child, it looked like watching, reading the room before you walked in, knowing when to be small and when it was safe to be loud. As a teenager, it became the quiet rehearsal of social disasters before they happened. In your 20s, it starts to look like practicality. You're the one with the emergency fund, the plan B, the honest read on risk when everyone else is optimistic. But older, the same pattern can create distance from the present. When you're always in the future, always in the version of events where something went wrong, you can miss what's actually in front of you. The thing that's okay right now. The moment that doesn't need to be escaped yet. The behavior doesn't leave. It just wears different clothes. There's a particular exhaustion that comes with this, and it deserves to be named. Running worst-case scenarios is hard work. The brain doesn't fully distinguish between imagined threat and real threat. It responds to both, which means someone who spends hours in hypothetical disaster is, physiologically, someone who has been managing danger all day. The fatigue is real, and yet, because nothing visibly bad happened, the effort is invisible, even to them. You worked hard today. You just worked on something no one else could see. If this is you, here's what matters. The part of you that prepares for the worst is not broken. It is not irrational. It is a system built with care by a younger version of you in a world that sometimes required this level of attention just to feel safe. That system is loyal. It has never stopped watching out for you. You don't have to be fixed. You have to be understood. And maybe, quietly, the understanding itself is what the scanning was always looking for.